name's Randy Pierson. I'm with South Bay Home Inspections, and I'm here to give you a little in-depth look at some components you might not see every day, such as your attic. Most attics don't have quite this much room up in here. For the most part, we try to evaluate standard size homes attics from the attic entrance, just so we don't cause any damage to the framing and the drywall below or the sheetrock, especially if it's lath and plaster. We don't want to damage that. For the most part, you can see that this system has been recently installed. Hasn't quite been finished yet. You can see this is a zone control system. The furnace is actually in an upstairs closet here. We're up in the attic. This is the plenum sitting above the furnace. And all these wires are leading to dampener controls, which open and close these vents, which control heating and air conditioning to where it can either be upstairs or downstairs or both. That's the logic board there. It just needs to be finished up a little. Looks like they're still working on it. They haven't gotten any insulation yet on the ducts. Most of the time you're not going to see metal ducts. You're going to see insulated flexible ducts. For some reasons they put these metal ducts in because they were having actually rodent problems with rats eating into the sides of the flexible ducts and using it as raceways to run around in the house. So the owner went through and replaced all the flexible ducts with metal ducts to prevent the rats from getting in there. They just so happens that they live up in the wooded section of rolling hills. So the horse trails and all the animals, there's bound to be rats and tree rats and things like that running around up in these parts of Palos Verdes. I come across skunks and raccoons and possums and all that in crawl spaces, and occasionally up in the attic as well. Anytime that there's attic accesses, we try to have them screened and closed off. You can see here's some good screens there. Even that little tiny hole is an access for a rat. They're probably using this wire right here to get in and out, through that little hole, believe it or not, the little mouse. Anyway, you can see that we're looking at the structure. We're looking for electrical components. We're obviously going to state that there's no insulation in the house. For the most part, this is because at one point, if you look at the structure here, you can see that there's what we call skip sheathing, where it's these wooden slats that are spaced on center. And what happens is they used to have a wood shake roof, or sometimes it's also true for tile roof, that they'll use these what we call skip sheathing. And then they nail the wood and secure the tiles to the skip sheathing. Anyway, so what happens is if I happen to know this was a wood shake roof that they've taken off, and a lot of the times in removing of the roof, all this debris gets in here, all the wood shake roof, it starts to, disintegrate, and when you're removing it, it splinters and falls in here, and sometimes the only way to get rid of it and not have a fire hazard up here with all the wood, look like little ambers mixed in with your insulation, is just to remove it and start from scratch. We're going to look a little bit further over there. You can see an open junction box kind of over there. We're going to make sure that the bathroom vents to the exterior. We don't want to have, excess humidity up in our attic. It gets warm enough up in here as it is. We don't need to be adding to it. So we're going to get a little bit closer here. We're looking at the structure for any modifications. A lot of times when you see people that they've added ductwork or they've added a furnace system, they tend to modify the structure without regard for much anything else. But in this case, it's all strapped and hung up there right. It's just not insulated, and you can see they haven't finished removing all their materials yet. So there's our bathroom exhaust duct. We can follow that up and out to the gable vent over there. You can see that this duct, there's an opening, but you can see also that it's not really connected to anything. It looks like this went to a bathroom, and they might have disconnected the bathroom because not too many people need heating and air conditioning in a bathroom. But I'm all for the heating aspect of it. Nothing like a warm bathroom as opposed to a cold one. Anyway, looking at the structure, it all looks intact. no modifications, no real moisture stains. No, everything looks good. Here's your AC lines, your condensation, your high pressure, low pressure AC lines running out. We'll go follow those out and make sure that, you know, the rats haven't chewed away all the insulation. You know, everything is working as intended. That should be it for attic. I mean, we look for quite a few things. Like I said, even if it's only from the attic access, we can still observe, because most houses, you know, are 1,500 square feet on average or so. So you can see most everything from the attic access without trouncing through it and causing damage to the ceiling and structure below, because you'll get nail pops, you'll get all kinds of stuff going on if you start overloading the ceiling structure. People always think that, oh great, I got attic, you know, a good attic, I can store all my stuff up there, which really isn't what it's intended for. It's really just some dead space. You can't store stuff up here, but there should be anything light, like Christmas decorations, things like that. Now we're going to go check out the foundation. Stay tuned.